there are a wide variety of experiences and backgrounds people can use to come into the pre-sale space. And I think what's more important to think about is, hey, you need to have a certain collection of skills and experiences tied to those skills to be successful in this profession. Not to say you need to have experience directly in the pre-sales role, but you need to have experience related to certain competencies that are necessary for success in this profession. So keeping in mind that our solutions consultants are really skilled members of the sales team who need to identify problems and define a path going forward to solve those products, and they need to showcase the solution. What are the skills necessary for success in pre-sales? Well, I'm going to answer that for y'all. The first skill that I think is vital for success in pre-sales is really communication. And I know this sounds very simple, but there's a lot more to it. You need to have strong communication skills, both verbal and written. When I'm talking about verbal presentation skills, I'm really talking about, hey, how are you coming into a space and communicating with others? What presence do you bring into an audience? Are you a person who can genuinely connect with other people and really make a lasting impression? In addition to that verbal side and your presence, how are you conveying ideas and helping other people understand what you're presenting? Are you just showing them, or are you really allowing them to learn? Because you need strong communication skills to allow for yourself to teach your audience. Because let's face it, most of the people who are coming in and buying these software products do not know the ins and outs of the product. That is your job. You are going to be their teacher and their guider, and you need to be very persuasive in your presentations to engage your audience and get that ultimate win. Because let's face it, there are a lot of products out there, and there's a lot of products that do the same things across the board. And so you need to be convincing, and you have strong communication skills to really make your client feel like, hey, I'm purchasing the best product out there and it's a good fit for me. So communication skills are vital. I talked a lot about the verbal side, but also on the written side, you do need to correspond with a lot of different teammates, whether that is on messaging platforms or emails. A lot of times people in the pre-sales world, they forget that, hey, I have to talk with clients over email. I need to send follow-ups. And so think about the times where you've had to really break down your concepts in a written form. Like, the ability to make things clear and succinct is really powerful in this space. And it's really going to be important to not only making an initial connection, but also to follow up and make sure everyone has the right information post a meeting through an email or another form of written communication. So I would say communication can come in a lot of different forms, but overall, if you're coming into the space and you have a lot of presenting experience, you have an ability to capture your audience, I would say that pre-sales could be definitely an interesting connection for you, especially if those are areas that give you energy as well. The next skill that I think is so necessary for pre-sales is technical curiosity. So when I talk about technical curiosity, I'm talking about your ability to kind of deep dive into a topic and really learn something, whether that is learning about a product, whether that is learning about a foundational concept that kind of relates to a product. It's so important to be able to say, hey, I don't know what this is. I'm going to take the initiative and go learn this. Because when you work in a role in technical sales, things are ever changing. You need to know the updates to your product, but also you need to have a good perspective of who you're talking to and the market out there. You need to do research and have that curiosity to, be like, hey, what are my customers currently working with? What are things that they currently have in their tech stack that I might not need to learn for my own knowledge and kind of understanding of how they are and how they're coming into the space. So if you are a person who's like, Nina, I am a learner at heart. I love to bring in new skills into my portfolio, and not only just to have a basic foundation, but also to master it over time, then this could be a really good space for you. Because let's face it, this is a role that's ever changing. Your products are changing, your customers are changing. So you need to have that ability to really lean into it. So also, if you've been in a space where, hey, in my position, I've had to learn new softwares, new products to complete my role, that's a really good skill you can leverage as an example of, hey, I have technical curiosity. Next is Problem solving. I know I mentioned problem solving before, but I would be amiss if I don't mention it again. Problem solving is so vital for this role. It's really your ability to identify customer pain points. It's really your ability to tailor your solution, making sure that, hey, I'm just not showing the product, I'm showing a specific aspect of the product. So if you are a person who's like, hey, I love change. I love thriving on adaptability. I love thriving on creative thinking. I want to find a solution. I'm driven by that solution. Then this is a place for you. Like, think about the times in your roles where you've had to deal with a problem and get to a new endpoint or find a pathway forward. Was that a time where you were really excited? Was that really satisfying at the end? If it's satisfying for you, this could be a really cool space for you, because ultimately you have a lot of problem solving, because every customer coming in is different. Every case scenario is different, and every presentation you're doing is different. So that does require you to be very adaptable and also think on your feet and problem solve. Last but not least is collaboration. Now, I know I only highlighted about 4 different skills, but I think these are the 4 most important skills for pre-sales. I can give you a laundry list of other skills, but I think these are 4 that you should really start out and being like, hey, do these check my boxes? So that being said, let's talk about collaboration. Collaboration, like I mentioned with the position description of a solutions consultant, is just a major aspect of the role, because it is very much a team role. Yes, you're the one who's individually giving your presentations, but you're working on a sales team. Your sales team will look like other solutions consultants. You'll look like your account executives. And so if you are a person who's like, I love working with a variety of people, give me people I can bounce ideas off of to work together and get that group win as a whole, then this is your space for you. So think about in your current positions or past experiences where you've had to collaborate with others. What was that experience like for you? Because this is a space where, hey, you have to consistently collaborate with others, whether that is on an internal team or even working and collaborating with external people like your customers to kind of get to the end point of your sale. That being said, those are my big skills that I really think are important for pre-sales. At the end of the day, if you are really rocking the communication, your technical side, your problem solving, and the collaboration, I feel like this could be a really good space for you to explore, because these are skills that are really valued by this profession. And with the right kind of reskilling and kind of additional learnings and training, you could really be able to reposition those past skills that you bring to the table and make them better align with this profession.